Welcome everyone to another episode of Price Targets with your host Bitcoin Jack. It's Wednesday, so a little update here. I was hoping for a little bit of clarity on the price action. I'm not really sure if I can give that. Sometimes it's just better to wait and see what happens and see what the market is going to give us and then act. Right now it's still ranging. I want to have your attention to ECOS. They're sponsoring this video content. They're a new regulatory exchange. They got futures, they got spot, and they have fiat on-ramps and off-ramps. So please check them out. There's a link in the description below and in the watermark. They have fees off for the month of Jan. So if you want to have low cost trading in terms of fees, get your chance for the month of Jan. That's Bitcoin. Last Sunday we talked about how, in my opinion, we're in a range. I added some lines in the chart, but essentially I view this as a range between the blue lines, so between 40 and 28k, and it's kind of indecisive. And I think that it would be the most bullish thing that could happen to Bitcoin right now is this entire range getting swept to the downside to reset the trend and then gain the entire range within less than a week time. So red kind of is resistance. We're inside this. This is kind of like the sub-range in the bigger range between black and blue. As long as we lose red, and red acts as resistance, and we keep testing the mid of the range, which is like 33k, I think that it's going to break down. We got a little diagonal up here that was lost on the 12-hour time frame, and we have this diagonal right here which has been tested 3-4 times, 3 times. If you count this one down here, it's 3 times, and we're coming down to it for the 4th time. So how do I play this? Well, I'm not playing it. I think that's the way I play it. I'm hedged half, so if we go up, I'm exposed to upside. If we go down, I have dry powder to buy a dip. The most bullish thing, in my opinion, that can happen for long-term growth of the price is that Bitcoin comes down. There's this triangle that people are talking about, kind of like this. Generally, I don't like large triangle continuations. They tend to perform not very strong as a continuation pattern. So if this kind of like starts to break to the upside, I don't think we're going to have a lot of runway. I probably think that we'll tap 44k and then come back down again. The way I see it is that this is a range, and especially since 40k, a lot of retail buyers have stepped in, and the most bullish thing that can happen is to flush and pressure their positions. There's a lot of liquidity trapped. If price can come down and break these 2 wicks down here, that kind of means that we're probably going to lose a lot of people who bought in here who are going to ditch their bags. And probably the market is going to be turning very bearish when price actually can manage to reach 26 to 28k. If we're indeed bullish, and I think we're bullish, like high time frame, if you zoom out, I think we're very bullish, then I would love to see some levels to the downside rated. So this consolidation right here is key structure. If we lose it, I'm not really sure what I'm going to do, but like I said in a previous video, for now, I want to be a buyer as we come down. And as price is developing, I think the odds this is going to happen are slowly increasing. We'll have to see. The way to play this is not to go all in right here, but have some bits and see how the market reacts to it. And then if we can close back inside the range, inside blue, and start gaining levels, the odds of strength are increasing. So literally, if we come down here, we see a successful test, and we come back down and we go up, that's where the market is gonna probably explode, because we shake all the weekends that bought within this range. So basically everyone who bought since December 30th, that's like 20 days, 21 days of price action. If we can manage that, I think we're easily gonna double this range to the upside. And that's kind of, I mean, that's why I'm saying that's probably the most bullish case we can get. Let me hide that one. If that's kind of what's going to happen, let me put it there. A doubling of this range would put us into the neighborhood of, I don't know, 60, 65K. So honestly, I'm kind of hoping that's what we're going to see. Not really because, you know, I'm hatched half, but really because I just don't like triangle continuations. They're often weak. If you want to see strong continuation in a trend, you have consolidation, and the most bullish thing that can happen is to sweep significant lows, reclaim them, and then have a breakout. If you have something like this, triangle, it will come up and then usually come back down to test it, or even break it, reverse the trend. This is just a statistic, so you know we're talking very tiny, very tiny differences. But this generally in an uptrend, when you rate the lows of a consolidation, that's just the most bullish continuation pattern you can get if price can make like a big jump back above the level where it kind of broke down into breaking the lows. So long term, for my spot bags and my general view of the market, that would be the best scenario. Let's quickly jump into ETH BTC. It's been on a rally. I was talking about how I wanted to see a break of the resistance that I outlined right here. It happened, so that's kind of a bullish thing. I also said that I'll be cautious depending on how ETH correlates to BTC and how BTC is performing. BTC has a potential of, I don't know, let's see. If we come back down here, that's, you know, another 20%. So for ETH BTC to outperform BTC enough, that would probably be, you know, we probably have to see strong continuation here. I think it's going to happen, but I'm not going to jump in. I'm going to wait and see what happens to BTC. Once BTC has done its thing, whether it's a breakout or a shakeout, I'm going to revisit ETH. I made some good profit on it, and now it's just time to let the market develop. There's a lot of things going on with other alts, like DeFi season is absolutely smashing everything. Polkadot has been performing very well. Link BTC, Uni, EFI. So generally, I want to be patient right now, and get a swing position in BTC. So let's just, for me personally, like if you like alts, there's opportunities, but I'm not going to sell you anything. I'm not going to tell you anything on stream that I'm not going to be executing. It just doesn't make sense for me to do that. So for Bitcoin, I'm still thinking we're inside this range. The most bullish thing that could happen is sweep the range lows into continuation. If we're going to lose the first diagonal here, the second diagonal here, I think the odds for a downside break are increasing. I'm not going to play any shorts on it. And hopefully we can see something like this. So let's have a little look once more on the hourly. Kind of think that price is going to come down to this diagonal. If it's going to come down to that diagonal, I think it's going to break down and come down here. Then how do we play it? We have some bets right there. If it fails to kind of bounce there, we'll have to ditch. But if it does bounce and manages to come back up here, we start adding, and then once we get above here, we start adding very aggressively. I think that's it. I hope to catch you next week on Sunday, and stay safe.